Hey folks, Vic here with your weekly trade video for Friday, June the 5th, 2020. Actually, you know what? I just put a little page together here for social media stuff. Just information on how you can stay more connected with us if you'd like. It'll just give you a better idea of exactly how we trade. This past week was mixed results for our trading, and depending on your trading style or how many trades you took, it could have been anywhere from a winning week to a losing week. I'll explain what I mean by that in this video. And I'll show you some examples. In particular, one of our new members was unclear about what to do when there is a red flag news release, and it was in regards to a swing trade that we were in. And when you're new to our approach, it's totally understandable that you wouldn't know how to handle a news release like this. So I'll go over that. But like most of our trading, we have rules or at least guidelines for everything, including major news releases. And, you know, these are the little nuances of trading that can have such a major impact on your trading results. So let's take a look at this trade, the news release that was coming out, and how you can handle it effectively in most cases. Now, just before I show you the swing trade, as I mentioned in the introduction, it was a very mixed bag this week with losing trades, winning trades, break-even trades. And results always depend on trade management. It's such a huge deal. I'm just going to give an example of a trade that will illustrate how a trade could be a winner for one person, a loser for another, a break-even for someone else. It was on this pair. Actually, I'm going to show you it was the British pound, Canadian dollar. Just one second here. So this is the premium service charts that Darko posts, and there was this support on the daily chart, right? This is a daily chart over here, and it was starting to break below it. So Darko on the 1 hour chart, which is our entry time frame, we're looking to enter right up at here. And on our actual chart here, this is where the sell was, 169.95. It needed a 43 pip stop originally, which was up over here. But you see, we lowered it down to just 20 pips because when price filled us, look at this pin bar reversal and this reaction. That's just exactly what we want to see. We cut the trade risk to less than half from the original stop. The first opposing level, which is, see all of this support here, and then it comes down and hits it, that's worth 45 pips, or about a 1-to-1 reward risk. So what are you going to do? Some people might take a partial profit of 45 pips on half the position, and if they get stopped out on the remainder up here, they're going to lose 20 pips on the second half, or overall they're going to make 25 pips, overall a winner. Somebody else might simply leave the stop alone and get stopped out for 20 pips. Somebody else might move their stop to break even right here and get stopped out for break even. Okay, so that's just different things that could happen. So this is trading, folks, and the right answer here is that you need to figure out what you are most comfortable with in terms of risk. The take profit was down here for like 138 pips, about 3.2 to 1. But I just wanted to show you how and why results vary. Now let's have a look at the swing trade, and it was on the Euro CAD pair, which is right here somewhere, right there. And I'll just show you the 4 hour chart. Actually, let me just show you the I'll show you the premium service chart on this one. Go to here, go to swing trade, right there, and here is the Euro CAD. And I won't bother going through everything here, but we're looking for a buy. This is in Darko's pre-market analysis video, and then this is the screenshot around the 151 mark on our 4 hour chart, which is our entry time frame for swing trading. Price comes down, 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 gets us filled right here. Our stop is below here. Price, we get filled, and then look what happened. It goes against us right away. And we actually got within about 10 pips of our stop, but fortunately it held and it rallied after that. It rallied up, and you can see that it hit this level of pretty good support here. The price really moved up from here, and it was actually resistance here, and it cut through it a few times here, and then it hit it again here for about 79 pips. You have the European Central Bank rate release coming out the next day, which is in here. Okay? So you could decide to take partial profit in here or not. Okay, and the next day, the major red flag news did come out, which, as I mentioned, is the rate release from the ECB, which obviously can have a major impact on the euro. Rate releases are a big event. So, and this is a Euro CAD. So what do you do with your swing trade? Since this was already in profit, right, and maybe you took partial profit up here, right, you can certainly move the stop to entry, right to your entry level, which is right here. Okay, so the worst case scenario is a break-even trade, or it's profitable if you had taken some profit up here at 151.79 because of the pending red flag news release, right? The rate release and the subsequent comments from the ECB turned out to be positive euro, and it went flying up, straight up here. It just was no stopping it. We had no idea this would be the case, obviously, but the point is, because you don't know, you need to manage the trade as I discussed down in here. As price rallied, it hit another very obvious, a couple of them here, obvious levels of expected resistance on the 4-hour chart. Up into here, it's good for like 138 pips, almost a 2.5 to 1 reward risk. Now, why would you take profit here? There's a few reasons for it. It's a very, very good reward risk. It's Friday. There is a non-farm payroll report coming out, right? That's another major red flag news event, okay? And it can really move the markets. So, and you can see what happened with it actually down here. And there's other scenarios with red flag news. Maybe you're not in the trade yet, but the news is coming out, or maybe you're in and it's losing. And we have guidelines for those situations as well. Like if we're not in a trade already and there's major red flag news and prices close to our entry, we stand aside. But if we're already in a trade and it's profitable, then you have the options that I just talked about. If you're in a losing position and there is a pending red flag news release, again, you can liquidate just part of your position. See, so if the red flag news sends price in your desired direction, you still have something left that could yield a decent overall profit. And if price doesn't move in your favor and your stop gets hit, hey, you know what? At least it's with a smaller position size than the original one. And again, there's all sorts of different ways to manage risk during a news release. But the best case is when you're already in a profit ahead of the release, so that you can be more aggressive with your choices in the way that suits you best. Handling major news releases is a very important factor in trading, and I hope you found this video helpful. And by the way, another great way to learn about all of this is in our Ultimate Coach's Corner Forex video library, and it contains everything that Darko uses to construct his daily pre-market analysis videos, his PMA videos, all the details. So yeah, check that out. There's a link in the text below this video or in the email that you received. And finally, you can get a free PMA video each week simply by becoming a CC Starter member. It's totally free. And again, there's a link for that in the text below the video or in the email that you received. If you like this and you got some benefit from it, sure hope you did, we'd really appreciate a thumbs up, and be sure to follow us. And when you do follow us, be sure to click that little bell so that you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. Thanks so much, everyone. Hope you guys all have a great weekend. Take care.